Hello?
Hello, Sister Lerato. How are
Oh
you?
my God, I'm fine, sis. I was struggling to come in, so I was even wondering if I'm in.
Yes, you are. I just admitted you.
Thank you. I was just struggling. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you are welcome. Here, somebody else
Thank
to
you,
wait.
sis.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sis.
You're very welcome.
All right. Let me. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the Dream Team meeting today. We apologize for the delay trying to sort out some technical issues. As you know, or as you are aware, we had some updates, and so there are a few things that are different today, and we will all continue to be learning them as we continue our presentations using Meet In. I want to take this moment to thank everyone that is here. You are heartily welcome. I hope everyone had a wonderful break. I hope everyone had a wonderful Father's Day celebration with your um, loved ones at home, with your father at home, or with the father figure at home for you, you look up to. I hope it was truly a wonderful family bonding moment for each one of us. And now we are back to the Dream Team webinar today with our guest speaker has something really insightful to share with us today. I will not lay the cat out of the bag, but we have seen the flyer. And so we will just go straight into the meeting agenda for today. So to our brothers, our sisters, our family on YouTube watching, you are equally welcome. Welcome to the Dream Team webinar today. So I will go straight into our mindset for today, and we always begin with our signature tune in it to win it. At this time, I will hand it over to Dr. Derek to grace us with that song. And we know it is our Queen and Sister Lerato who is here present. Her angelic voice always is soothing to us when we listen to that. All right. Thank you, Queen Lerato, for that beautiful, lovely melody. We greatly appreciate that for us. Over to you, Queen Dr. Derek. King Dr. Derek, my apology. Wonderful, wonderful. Stay clear of the closing doors. Wow. It doesn't get old. That music, the sound of that music, it doesn't get old no matter how many times we listen to it. So thank you, our Queen Sister Lerato, for that beautiful song. And thank you, Dr. Derek, for leading us into the presentation for today with that beautiful song. So I also want to take a moment to thank all our leaders that are here and those that will be joining that help run the webinar. We appreciate everything you do in the background. For those that come on screen, we see you. Those do not come on screen, we still see you. And we greatly appreciate every effort. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, our Queen Sister, Dr. Pat, she is in the background. She may not come to the screen. She is not feeling too well. So while we take this moment as well to hope and pray and wish that every Dream Team family member not feeling well, we wish them a quick recovery. With that, I think we can now move on to our mindset for today. We are running a little bit behind because of the technical delay. So we have missed our sister who is going to do our mindset for today. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to hear what she has for us today. It is summer. All right. You guess what? Maybe I'm getting too excited, but I think I should be. All right, Queen Sister Lerato, over to you.
Hi,
Welcome.
sis. It's so good to
Welcome
see you.
back.
Thank you, sis. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody too. It's been busy times traveling everywhere, but we thank God that we're here, protection. And as we're traveling and just to see all of you here, I know that you're well protected and kept by God. So I'm really, really excited to see all of you. And like our beautiful sister, Dr. Benny says that we're not all here by our own making or our own will or our own whatever. God is the one that willed for us to wake up this morning. So we give God the glory first. So I'm just excited. I am so happy to see you too, my beautiful sister. It's been long. It's true. It's been quite long. So it's good to be back here too. And as I was struggling to come in, I took a small nap because I was so tired. I had something yesterday. And I woke up just in the nick of time to be here. So I was just panicking. I was like, no. But I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. And I was just struggling to come in. So now I'm a little bit calmer, and I hope my message will be clear. It's not a long message. I'm going to be like Sister Yvonne today, short and sweet, hopefully, short and sweet. But as I was observing everything that is happening and just challenges that we're facing when we're going through challenges and we have dreams, we have desires and everything, you will find that we get to a point in life where things will just be coming left, right, center. And in those moments when the pressure is high, it's very easy to give up on our dreams. It's very easy to give up on life or to give up totally on the desires that we have. And I love listening to Napoleon Hill. He will tell you that, as soon as you decide that you want something and you want change, life will test you. But most of us here want to get to the end of our achievement, or the end where we get what we want without going through the process. And everything in life is a process. And I remember there was one time when I was talking about when you decide that you have a child, you don't just wake up and say, I'm going to have a child and tomorrow the baby's here. There's a process to that. There's a process. You're going to fall pregnant. There's going to be morning sickness. Some of us, and for me, particularly, all my pregnancies, I had major morning. It was not even morning sickness. It was all day sickness. I was just vomiting from morning till evening. And in the middle of that, you give up. Hold on, sis. In the middle of that, my phone is ringing and I'm using my phone for this meeting. Sorry. Yeah. In the middle of that, when you're vomiting and you are just going through the challenge, you might forget why you're going through what you're going through. It's easy to forget why you're going through what you're going through. It's easy to forget that you willed to or you wanted to have a baby, you wanted to have something. But when you're going through the struggle, and you're going through the morning sickness where you can't eat anything, it's hard to remember why you're going through what you're going through. So it's just during that time to remember, no, there's a goal. There's a 9-month period that of waiting and of process and of this growing in my body that I have to wait for. And no matter what's happening, I have to wait for that moment. So when I was I'm like, most of us do that. And you know, my sister has been facing different challenges, and you want to encourage somebody when they're going through things in life where they had expectations, but the expectations didn't manifest the way that they were expecting. And sometimes we want things to be exactly how we want them, and we forget that the blessing is in the period of not knowing. The blessing is in the things that we didn't ask for that will end up being a blessing at the end of the day. Please hold on for me, sis. My sister keeps on trying to call me. Let me just tell her that I'll call her right back.
Okay, so I'll just fill in on. Okay, there she is. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My sister was trying to reach me.
That's okay.
Yes, okay, sis. I'm trying now to bring back my camera and everything that I was doing. I'm struggling here to do it, but I know
That's
I
okay.
will.
We can hear you clearly. So if you want to do
Okay,
it like that,
so
just go ahead.
yes, let me just do it like this. Okay, so I was saying that in the process of you acquiring or enjoying the blessing at the end, sometimes we forget why we go through what the process that we're going through, and we lose a lot of people in the process. Some people get lost in the process and they think that the process is the only thing that there is, and they get lost in the process and they get stuck in the process. You understand? So we have to persevere. We have to persevere and remember why we had the desire for winning at the first place. Right? Napoleon Hill says that the starting point of all achievement is the desire, and to keep that desire constantly in mind. And it says that the weak desire brings weak results. Just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat, if you have a small desire, then you will have a small result. And as soon as you have a big dream, that dream will be challenged. That dream will be challenged. You will, like, for example, you know, when I started doing my mind work, I started this thing a long time ago when I was going through certain challenges myself. And I started doing my mind. Things will challenge you when, as soon as you decide that you want peace, situations that don't represent peace will come left, right, and center to test the word that you said. As soon as you say I am prosperity, situations and different things that will challenge, that will come to see if you actually mean what you say, if you stand in your word, if you stand in that thing that you said that you are. So we have to remember that we cannot get lost in the process. We have to hold on to that desire because we're getting somewhere. It's all of us know why we're here. We started a journey together. We're here together, right? We started a journey. Not many people were able to still hold on to the desire after what we went through, the challenges that we went through together. Some people saw I'm sure, I mean, of all of us here are, you know, are hurt. All of us here are disappointed. But some people couldn't, you know, pass through that process or get to say, okay, fine, whatever happens, my desire is this, it doesn't change. The circumstances and the challenges don't change what I desire. I still want success. I still want this. My dreams are still big. I don't care what I have to go through, but I will get there. Right? That's the mindset that we have to have. If you're going to have a big dream, you're going to have that mindset. The other quote that I love also from Napoleon Hill is, he says that the strongest oak of the forest is not the one that is protected from the storm and hidden from the sun. It's the one that stands in the open, where it's compelled to struggle for its existence against the wind and rains and the scorching sun. That is the strongest oak in the forest. That will stand the rain, that will stand the storms, it's not hidden from all those elements that will come and challenge it, but it will rise above all of it. Any success story that you hear, when people are like, oh, it's some people says like, they will say that, oh, overnight success. There's no overnight success, guys. There is no overnight success. You should know that if somebody gets to a point where they achieve something big, they've been doing the groundwork for a long time. If they're not working on their mindset, they're working on certain things. They're working. Those who are overnight, we see them. They don't even hold that success because they're not seated in it. They're not. How do I say? They're not formed into that success, because you have to be the success that you want. We become what we say we are, and you have to be that. If you want success, you have to be the success that you want and that you call forth. Dr. Derek says it all the time, that some people will luck themselves into the lottery, but they won't be able to hold it. Some of them lose it in 3 years or 2 years because they were not that thing that they were looking for. They were not prepared. Right? So overnight success doesn't work. It means we have to really deliberately work on our mind and work on our energy and our thoughts and everything, and speak all these things that we want to in existence. But while we're speaking, we have to know that we have to stand for it. You say you are, then you have to stand for it, and you have to that desire has to be strong enough to push through any kind of challenge, any kind of disappointment, any kind of fire that you might be going through, any kind of anything that you might be through. The desire cannot die. It cannot die. You cannot afford to let it die. My desire is like uber prosperity. Why? Because I know it's not only for me. We have to get to the other side where it's like there's enough prosperity and success for everyone here. So it's the access is your mind, your desire, everything that you tune yourself up to. That you have to tune yourself and say that's what I want. I'm not relenting. I don't care what comes in life, what the storm, the sun, challenges. Yes, if anything happens, then we shift and then we build stronger. We shift, we build stronger, but that desire doesn't die. There's no way that anything in this life will quench that fire for me. Can you still hear me, sis?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sis. So there's no way that challenges or things in life will kill or steal that dream from me or kill the dream. My dream is worth it so much so that I cannot give up on it. I cannot give up on the dream of better. I know better is there. Everything that we need is already in this plane. It's just access to it. And the access to it is your mindset, is decisions, small decisions that you choose to make every morning. To say, this morning, I am not relenting. This day is blessed. I am still, I surround myself with the favor of God. The favor of God surrounds me like a shield. That doesn't change. If the challenges, it doesn't change that the favor of God is here and it's for me. Where the word of God says that he daily loads me with benefits. Those benefits don't change. If they're challenges, they don't change. The benefits are still there, and I choose to see them. I choose to see them. And this is what I've been working on as well, to say small things that make my life better. Sometimes it's a smile from somebody. It's so worth it for me, because I said, I want wealth. Wealth is also people being kind to you. That's wealth. It's so beautiful when you go through your day and people do small things for you. Maybe you're standing somewhere, somebody sees something happens, they're like, oh, let me do this, make this better for you. Or you go to a bank, you're perceiving, you're going to get there, it's going to be a long line or something's going to happen, and you find that everything works for you in that day. The day is so beautiful, it's set up for you to win. Right? Small favors that are appearing, the things that we don't even think that are favors, small things that make your day better. For me, those things mean a lot. And I start appreciating those things. And what you appreciate, it becomes bigger. It multiplies. So for me, I appreciate small favors, I appreciate everything, because for me, nothing is too small, because I know that my ultimate beingness is abundance, it's wealth. So everything about my life has to agree with wealth in all forms, in all forms. In all forms, favors, smile, whatever it is that makes everything in my life, that adds value to my life, that adds value to my day. I appreciate it and I say thanks. I give thanks, right? So my main focus right now and my main goal is that for you guys to remember that you cannot forget, or you cannot allow your dreams to die. You cannot allow your desire to die. You can't. This dream of us being financially free, the dream of us living the lives that we deserve. All of us deserve to live in abundance, because we cannot say we believe in the God of abundance and we're living in scarcity. It's not possible. We deserve this life, guys, and it's not only for us, because all our hearts here is to enhance or to bring a value to everybody's life around us, our families, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. They have to call us blessed because we are. So we are the people that is going to change the narrative, and that's why we're pushing so hard. So I'm telling you today that do not let challenges steal that desire or steal your dream. Let's all come together and push through, carry each other through until we get to there, because that place exists. That place of abundance, prosperity, everything good, it exists. It's just we're in the journey and we're all going to get there in different times, in different whatever, but we're getting there, guys. So let us not allow ourselves to give up. Let us not allow ourselves to forget to dream. Let's keep pushing. I love you so much. In case somebody didn't tell you that they love you today, I want to tell you that I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much.
We love
Thank
you
you,
too as
Lerato.
well. Wow, Queen Lerato. That was so profound. Thank you, Queen Sister. Queen Yvonne, do you have anything to say? I'm
Of
just
course I
anything.
do. You
I'm
know that. It's
anything.
just perfect because we all need that basic encouragement that we have to have the dream, we have to have that desire, as he says. There is enough, right? Nobody has to go without. There is enough. But it
Right.
takes us being committed because those
Mm-hmm.
challenges that we face, we all will face them, whether we're believers or not. And
Yes.
those are the ones that build resilience and
Mm-hmm.
end up giving us the manifestation of what. And all the goals will be different. They will be different. But the challenges will be the one that make us know that it's worthy and we get there. So thank you, Queen Lerato. It is always good to be reminded of that. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And I do agree, or hold on to the desire. And the
Yeah.
way you hold on to the desire, in explaining, you talked of impossibility, or we hear sometimes even our closest friends, or sometimes even our parents, they tell us that, oh, that is impossible to do.
Oh,
That
I
is
know.
difficult to do. When you
Yeah.
want to pursue your heart desires, when you have this and you've made up your mind, your imagination is working,
Yeah.
you're ready to go realize this dream, and then suddenly, like you say, the words start coming, or the influence start coming, or you suddenly start seeing those drawbacks. It is not possible, or I mean, how are you going to achieve it? The negativity start coming in. So, and we do remember when they say impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. Wise people create opportunities for themselves and make everybody, or make everything possible. So, in those moments when we start hearing them, that is when you have to go inside, take that moment, and make sure you shun all of the voices in your head. Otherwise, then you lose that dream, and you are nowhere going to be able to achieve that. So again, I mean, that's another way I am relating to your mindset for today, Queen Lorato. So thank you so much. We needed to be reminded of it. Appreciate it. Queen Yvonne or Dr. Benny, we see you. Our queens that have just joined us, the rest of the family, you are welcome, welcome. If you have a contribution towards the mindset, please indicate or leave your comment in the chat and we can read it out. Do we have any right now, Queen Yvonne?
No, I don't see anything yet. Queen Dr. Benny has welcomed everybody, but nothing yet about the comment on the mindset. I guess that will come later.
Okay. Okay, then that is perfect. Thank you once again, Queen Lorato. Can we please thank our sister and give her another round of applause for that beautiful mindset, setting us now to move on to our guest speaker for today. And I am excited, and I just can't wait to see how this mindset is going to roll on to our theme, our conversation for this afternoon, which is Intentional Living, Series 2, From Good Intentions to Consistent Actions. And this is going to be brought to us by none other than our queen, our beautiful sister, Eliza Mills. So, Queen Sister, she has been with the Dream Team in the background for a while, but she decided to pick up the mantle and become one of the leaders, gracing us with her skills, her talents, and now we are in series 2. If you missed the first series, please, I encourage you to go back to our YouTube videos, whether it's Dr. Pat, whether it's Dr. Derek, or whether it's my YouTube, any of our leaders' YouTube. You may need to give yourself some time to go back and listen to that, and you will be impressed. And so this is a continuation, part 2, and the focus, the subtopic, as we have heard, she's going to take us and dive into from good intentions to consistent actions. All right, Queen Sister, we are honored, and I want to pass it over to you. Thank you for being our guest speaker for today. Over to you. All right. You're speaking, but we are not getting you.
I don't even see her mic. Do you see it? I don't see it.
Let me see. I hope she did not drop out. Her mic is there, it's open on my end. Queen
Okay.
Eliza, we can't hear you. Just maybe check your headset. Maybe it's not connecting properly. Still no, still not. And now, while I will be sharing the screen, the presentations, the slide for the presentations for today,
Mm-hmm.
and while Queen Eliza will be going through the presentation. Okay, while we wait for her to figure out the mic issue, let me see. Okay. All right. Hello, Queen Eliza. Can you hear us? Okay. It looks like she is not hearing, so let's give her a few minutes. She may need to leave and try to come back in.
Yeah.
Maybe it will work.
No, she's back in, but she's speaking again. And I wonder if it's the volume. Something has just, because she was fine before.
Yeah, she was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Queen Eliza, if you can X out and then try to log back in so we can try to see if it works that way. Okay. All right, now she is coming in. Okay, this is all right. This is Francis. Please bear with us. Our guest speaker is having some technical issues with the volume and mic headset. So, all right, she's coming in back. All right, and you are co-host now. So let's try one more time. Queen Eliza. All right, just a moment. Let me call directly from my cell phone. Just if we our leaders have any contributions to say about the mindset while waiting, we can. Okay. All right. Let's see. She has not changed anything.
Hearing me now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Good. Good.
Isn't
Thank
God
you.
good?
Technology,
Yes,
right?
He is. Is the
Technology.
living.
Sometimes we
Yes.
run into that.
And all right. So I want to say thanks once again. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Welcome
afternoon.
and thank you for joining all of us here. Those of persons who are looking at YouTube for another and a second session of our intentional living series. In our first session, as Sister Kanla would have said, we explored what makes a wise decision. We discovered that decision or wisdom is more than knowing what is right or the application of that knowledge. It is learning to make choices that aligns with God's purposes for our lives. Today, we can take the next step in the journey because making a wise decision is only the beginning. The greater challenge is living it out consistently. Sister Lerato would have spoken to that in the mindset earlier, and I almost thought she was going to go run away with the presentation, but nonetheless, we continue. This afternoon, we will explore how good intentions become meaningful action. Together, we will consider practical principles, biblical insights, and personal reflection that can help us move forward with greater purpose and consistency. My hope is that by the end of this session, that all of us will walk away with practical tools that will help enable us to identify where we need to improve, what is preventing our progress. I want us to be able to identify a practical framework for moving from intention to action and one intentional step we are to prepare to take or identify one intentional step that we are going to take this week. This presentation, sorry, is not simply about providing more information. It's about creating an opportunity for lasting transformation. My prayer then is
Mhm.
that each of us would leave encouraged, challenged, and equipped to live more intentionally. And
Okay.
so let's get into the meat of the conversation this afternoon.
Okay.
At the
Let
In
me
the
give
introduction,
a moment. My screen seems to be frozen. Let me move to the next. Just a moment. A pause there. Okay. Just a moment. Let me reshare. My screen just froze on me. Windows. All right. Okay. Proceed.
all right. So at the end of the introduction, I shared that today's focus is learning how good intentions become consistent actions. That naturally leads us into an important question. How then do good intentions become consistent actions? Before we answer that question, we first need to understand, however, something about transformation. Lasting transformation really happens because of one big decision. More often, it is the result of small, intentional actions repeatedly, consistently over time. Many people genuinely desire change. They want to grow, they want to improve, they want to honor God with their lives. Yet, somewhere between intention and action, progress often slows or stops. This is where many people struggle. It is and it brings us to what I believe is one of life's greatest challenges facing our lives today. The greatest gap in most lives is not necessarily the knowledge gap because knowledge is readily or information is readily available. Information aids is available at a click of a mouse. The gap that I dare say is the greatest challenge is the action gap. That action gap is the distance between what we intend to do and what we consistently do. It is the gap between our aspirations and our actions, between our decisions and our daily habits, between knowing what matters and consistently living them out. Transformation begins to take place when that gap becomes smaller, when our actions increasingly reflect our intentions. But that raises another important question. Why is that some people successfully bridge that gap while others remain stagnant? Researchers who study behavior change have spent years exploring this very question. Their findings suggest that behavior is influenced by more than a desire or willingness alone. To understand why good intentions fail to become consistent action, let's look at a simple but yet powerful framework that is known as the Come Be model. The Combi model helps explain why some intentions become actions while others do not. It identifies three conditions that support lasting behavior and change. That is, it says that capability must be present, opportunity and motivation must be present. And let's consider a simple example. Imagine someone says, "Oh, I want to start a profitable online business." It's a good intention. The question is, what will it take for that intention to become consistent action? The first condition is capability. Capability asks, Can I do it? Do I have the knowledge, skills required? Do I understand the customers? Do I understand how to create value? If not, the first step may not be trying harder. It might be just about be learning a little bit more. The second condition is opportunity. Opportunity asks, does my environment support my success? Have I created the time, the resources, and the support needed to move forward? Good intentions often remain unfinished because we never create the conditions that allow them to grow. The third condition is motivation. Motivation asks, does this matter enough for me to keep going when the road becomes difficult? Many people are motivated by the outcome. That is, they want the profit, they want the moolah, they can smell it. All right. But lasting motivation is usually rooted in purpose. Purpose helps us to remain committed long after the excitement fades. Rather than asking, why don't I have enough willpower? The combi model encourages us to ask, do I need more knowledge? Do I need a better environment or a stronger reason? These questions help us to identify what is really preventing us from progressing. Now let's see this looks like in real life. Between wanting to build a profitable online business and actually building one lies a journey. Or that is why the mindset fits so powerfully in here. The sister Lerato speaks to the journey, spoke of a journey. That journey brings us to the next slide.
Good.
Let's continue with our example. Someone has decided, of course, again, that they want to build a profitable online business. They have the intentions. Now comes the journey. Between wanting it and building it lies a process that cannot be skipped. It begins with learning about customers, learning how to create value, learning how to create skills needed to succeed. Learning prepares us for action. Then comes practice. We have to apply what has been learned. We have to try it out, adjust it, improve on it, and grow through every experience. Then we are on to consistency. Showing we have to show up repeatedly, continuing even when progress feels slow, building habits that move us steadily towards our goal. And then, of course, there is patience. We have to allow for the time to grow, time for learning, and time for the results. This is where true transformation takes place. Not simply because we have a good intention, but because we consistently on those intentions over time. That same principle applies far beyond business. It applies when we want to strengthen our relationship with God, i- improve our health, build stronger relationships with our family members, our friends, our peers, or even pursuing other personal goals. Meaningful change really happens all at once. More often, it is a result of repeated, small actions rather, repeated faithfully over time. Yet, even when we understand this journey, we know that we need to show up for ourselves over and over and over. Sometimes, there are things that still comes in and stops us. They get in the way. Now, let's look at these barriers that interrupt our progress. Next slide.
Yes.
And so the first barrier is fear. Fear often convinces us that it is safer to remain exactly where we are than to go towards something new. It asks questions such as, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I am not ready? As a result, a lot of people spend so much time preparing that they never move off or they never begin. The second barrier is distraction. We live in a world competing for attention. Every day, there are messages, notifications, responsibilities, and demands pulling on us from all different directions. Many goals are not abandoned because they are important. They are abandoned because they are crowded out. And that leads us to the other barrier, overwhelm. Overwhelm occurs when everything feels important at the same time. Multiple responsibilities, multiple priorities, multiple demands that all manage to feel equally important at the same time. And when that happens, everything feels important, and again, we slow down or we stop. The fourth barrier is perfectionism. Perfectionism tells us that we should wait until conditions are ideal before taking action. So, therefore, we have to have the perfect plan, you have to have the perfect look, the perfect sound, and the perfect timing, the perfect level of confidence. Yet, progress really requires perfection. More often, it just requires willingness, a willingness to begin before everything else feels ready. The fifth barrier is inconsistency. Many people start, but the challenge is continuing well. Motivation raises and falls, circumstances change, life becomes busy, and what once seems important gradually loses our attention. While these barriers may differ, they often have the same result. They interrupt progress. They widen the gap between intention and action, and they make it more difficult to become the person we hope to be.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reflect on these barriers, I would like you to consider a personal question. Which one appears most in your life? Is it fear, distraction, overwhelm, perf- perfectionism, or inconsistency? Because identifying the barrier is often the first step in overcoming it. Let's move on to the next slide.
Right.
Here, I want to introduce the fact that goals are important. They give us direction, they help us imagine what is possible. But goals alone are not enough. Most people have goals, they have dreams, they have aspirations, yet still struggle to achieve the goals that matter most. The reason is surprisingly simple. Goals set the direction, a plan increases clarity. Action, however, produces the progress that is required to close the gap that we spoke of. Without action, a goal remains a wish. Without action, a plan remains an idea. Without action, good intentions remain just that, good intentions. Whether our goal is spiritual growth, better health, stronger relationship, financial stability, or building a business, that principle remains the same. Goals set the direction, Consistent action determines whether we ever arrive. The life of Daniel beautifully illustrates this principle. Next slide, please.
Yes.
Daniel, next slide, please.
Yes, we are there.
All right. Daniel was taken captive as a young man and carried to Babylon. Far from home, family, surrounded by a culture that was very different from his own. But guess what? He made a decision that would shape the rest of his life. He purposed in his heart that he would not compromise his convictions. That decision was not made in the lion's den. It was made years before. As the years passed, Daniel continued to serve with wisdom, excellence, and integrity. Kings changed, kingdoms changed. Daniel's faithfulness did not. His enemies examined his work. They watched his conduct. They searched for dishonesty. They searched for corruption. They searched for negligence, and they found none. Scripture tells us in Daniel 6:4 that they couldn't find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy and neither corrupt nor negligent. Unable to find any fault in his character, guess what they did? They turned to his faith. A decree was signed. No one could pray to anyone except the king. That was a decree. Daniel knew the decree, he knew the consequences. Yet, scripture tells us he went into his house, he threw back his windows, and he still kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed as he did aforetime. That is according to Daniel 6 and verse 10. Those 4 words explains everything. As he did aforetime. Daniel did not suddenly become faithful when the crisis arose. He simply continued doing what he was already accustomed to doing. The lion's den did not create his faithfulness, rather, it revealed it. He simply continued. Long before God delivered Daniel from the lions, God had been shaping Daniel through his daily choices. His consist shaped his character. And it was this that prepared him for the moment of testing. I want us to pause as we reflect on the next slide. Before we move forward, Daniel's life reminds us that faithfulness is not built in a single moment, but is built through choices made consistently over time. With that thought in mind, consider this question. What intention in your life now requires consistent action? Now consider one more question. What is the next faithful step? Not the entire journey, not just the next step. What is the next faithful step? Not the entire journey, just the next step. Because transformation, as it's being pointed out over and over, really happens all at once. It begins with one intentional step, followed by another action and another action over and over. Next slide.
Yes.
Reflection becomes meaningful when it leads action, when it leads to action. A planner is simply a tool that helps turn around intentions into consistent action. It provides a practical way to capture what matters most, plan for your next steps, track your progress, and reflect and adjust as you grow. The planner does not create change, it simply helps you to remain intentional. Ultimately, intentional living is not about filling pages, it's about faithfully living your priorities one day at a time. That brings us to the slide 10, which is our concluding slide. As we come to the close of this segment of my presentation, I want us to remember this. Your life tomorrow will be shaped by the choices you make today. Every day, God gives us opportunities to choose purpose over distraction, to choose discipline over delay, to choose faith over fear, to choose wisdom over impulse, to choose what matters most. Intentional living is not just about making one perfect decision. It's about making wise decisions consistently. Small choices made faithfully become a meaningful life. The psalmist understood this when he prayed. Teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. This is according to Psalms 90 and verse 12. Today, I'm not asking you to change everything. I am asking you to choose one thing, one intention that now requires consistent action. One faithful step you will begin today because transformation is not built in a single moment. It is built through faithful choices repeated over time. Daniel understood that. His life reminds us that our greatest moments are often prepared by the choices no one sees. So don't wait for the perfect season. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Begin where you are. With that, God has placed, with what God has placed in your hands. Don't wait again for the perfect season. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Begin where you are with what God has placed in your hands. Because a meaningful life is not one built by accident, it is built one intentional choice, one faithful step, one day at a time. And that concludes the discussion or my presentation for today. Thank you very much for your listening ear.
That is absolutely lovely. Thank you. Wow.
That is so profound.
Mm-hmm.
That is so profound. And if you thought, oh, I missed some of the reflections or some of the questions that our queen was asking as she was going through the presentation, with her authorization, I am going to post some of those questions in the chat for us to read through, and then we can be able to look at those that are uh, related, or those that we can relate to, and then we can further reflect on, or if you have maybe your contributions towards the topic, if it aligns with the reflection, then that becomes as a guide to help you contribute and participate towards our conversation as we get into the Q&A. So, with that in mind, I want to say, please join me. Let us give our sister a resounding round of
Absolutely.
yes for such a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant uh, topic with us
Yep.
today. So,
Yep.
with that, while I do the posting, we want to open now our webinar to our Q&A, and at this time, I will hand it over to Queen Dr. Yvonne. Queen
Making
Yvonne
me a
and
doctor, are you?
Dr. Benny.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
that's
it.
Not
a
yet.
blessing. That
Papa
is
God
my wish.
Day.
I know. I
Give it
know.
to
Guess
Dr.
what?
Benny.
That is going to be a blessing. Well, Dr. Benny, you are also here. So, yes,
Hmm.
I think that is my wish to see both of you.
Okay.
Gee, before we do anything,
Yes.
I've never heard this type of presentation. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way she presented it, and the quote that she made, like, your future is built by
Yes.
what you do now.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I just want to take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone this afternoon, morning, evening. It all depends upon your location. There is no one like our Heavenly Father. People may not really understand. There is no one like our Heavenly Father.
Amen.
We are breathing at this moment because of Him. And I believe that I will never say anything or start anything without thanking Him. They say we should thank Him when you wake up in the morning.
Yes.
And I really want to appreciate Queen Eliza Mills. Thank you for this fantastic, what should I say, brilliant, or what should I
Mm-hmm.
say, extraordinary presentation. I will
Thank you.
leave it at this moment and just to say, welcome to this amazing webinar.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Benny.
Yes, please. I believe Queen Yvonne, Queen Kanla. Oh, I'm sorry. Does anyone have any question? Could you guys please raise your hands? You should have something. Raise your hands electronically, or you can write something on the chat, and we will be glad to
Yes,
read
I'm
it.
watching.
Thank
I'm
you.
watching the chat. Yes. That's it. I don't see anything yet.
So, as the host, I'm trying to paste the reflection questions and it's not accepting it. So I'm
Mm.
trying to navigate to see if I can attach it as an attachment, or maybe I'll just post like one question each, whichever one that works. But I'm working on it.
Okay. So for me, since no one else is doing anything here on the chat and you are busy and Queen Benny has handed it over, the transformation, nailing that down so clearly is that that is part of where people, well, human beings experience that overwhelm that you're talking about, because you get up one morning or one night and you decide that I want to make some changes, but it is very unlikely that it's going to happen the next day or even the next. It's especially those big transformations that you want to make. I know that our Heavenly Father is a miraculous person, and like one off do happen. Like I know people who've quit addiction, like smoking or whatever. That's one transformation. It's a different kind of transformation. But generally, as you were speaking about something like building a successful business or a closer walk with, your God, or better relationships, those are ongoing transformations. They don't happen just on one leap. And I think that's what you wanted us to understand. Isn't that, Queen Eliza? That is what you're saying.
Yes, but even in
The sudden
the
transformations that I was
transformation,
referencing.
the sudden transformation that you spoke about,
Reference. Yeah, yeah.
all of the conditions still exist, right? Because
They just sped up. They just sped up. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
the individual would have, yes, they would have committed, because they still
Yes.
would have had to commit. They still would
Yes.
have been they still would have had all the conditions necessary to enact that change in their lives.
Right.
Yes, God moved suddenly, but all of the
Yes.
conditions they were
We're met.
capable for
Yes.
maintaining. All of the conditions were met. And so,
Yes.
as we try to close the gap with us, we need to figure out whether or not, as we go on along the journey, whether or not we are capable, we are motivated, and whether or not we have the right tools that will enable
Mhm.
us to move consistently forward.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes. So, okay, now the questions have populated, Queen Kanla. Is that discussion questions? What idea from today's presentation resonated most strongly with you and why? And
Yes.
okay, they're kind of jumbled, so give me a chance to read them. The first one says, what idea from today's presentation resonated most strongly with you and why? Is that
Mhm.
we're going to do it like that, one by one?
One
Like you
by
have,
one. Yes,
okay,
one by one.
okay.
Okay. Dr. Benny has something to say to that one.
Well, I mean, based upon it, I heard you talk about fear, right?
Mm,
Mhm.
Well, when it comes to fear, I'm going to give an example to myself because I'm always afraid of certain things. Right
mm-hmm.
now that it's rainy, I am afraid to drive. I cannot
Ah,
drive. I'm serious.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm,
and then somebody might say, now, let's say you don't want to drive and go to church or somewhere when it's raining. So, how about
mm-hmm.
going to work? Then I will give my own example is that I cannot, that's why the type of job I choose, I can take my train to work. That
Ah.
is my own answer. I cannot drive seriously. I am
So
afraid.
you change your options, right? You decide some another way. You don't drive, but you're still going to work. So you're still following through with your decisions that you've made. You have to go to work, right?
I can go to the reason why I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Even okay, let's give an example. If I have to go to church right now,
Mm-hmm.
I will
Yeah.
not go. And
Right.
if the pastor say, "Why didn't you?" I will say, "Because I cannot drive." If they want to give me a ride and they really want me to go to church, I will. Now,
Okay.
hold on now. If the pastor say, then how about if you have to go to work if it's raining? I will tell the pastor that, Pastor, I have, I can take my train to work. I don't
Mm-hmm.
drive to work. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
That is my
Mm-hmm.
own answer because
Of
I
course.
am afraid. I have that phobia to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The police stopped
Yes.
me once when I could not even drive faster. So I have phobia
Mm,
in that. Yes, please.
mm-hmm.
So at least
Mm-hmm.
I've given my own answer.
There you go. And it's an honest
There you
answer.
go.
And
Well, for
so,
me,
to
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Queen Yvonne.
No, I was just going to
I
say
was
what
saying,
mine was, but you want to deal with Benny, but you have to address that one, right?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, and no, Queen, she has identified the two priorities that she has in her life, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to
Mm-hmm.
her, going to work is important. And so she would have made alternate arrangements. But in all, she also expressed, Dr. Benny, that yes, she has a fear, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she would quicker says, okay, I'm not gonna search out an alternative by herself. She's going to require somebody else to assist if they wanted to be in that. It all comes down to priorities. And
It does.
so we have to purposely choose. There's always options. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't go as forthrightly as forcefully into something, we can take alternate routes. We can, say, well, this is how I'm going to do. Perhaps it's online, but the thing is that we have to be intentional about how we're going to get there or arrive.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I'm saying that, her financial, her livelihood is important. Yes, but as far as Dr. Bennett, excuse me if I'm getting the wrong impression. What you're saying though, it may not be as important on the list to get to church. Have I said it?
No, okay. It is important to go to church, right? it is important. But if there is another way for me to go to church, I can either, like you said, there are two options. I can either watch it online, all right, or by going to church now, if since I don't like to drive when it rains, I am really afraid of the slippery road. I am afraid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, my other intention is if I was to go to work, because you may ask me, can you go to work when it's raining? I will hold my umbrella and I will walk from here because I live in Bethesda. I live in Chevy Chase. I will walk to Bethesda 15 minutes, then I take my train to work. So I can still take a train to the church if willingly, if there was somebody to pick me from the train station. So I believe I
Mm-hmm.
must have answered your question.
Yes, you did. You did. You're providing alternatives, deciding what your priorities are, and sticking to the intention, regardless of the fear, because there are always alternatives available for us to move forward. You
Yes.
cannot look at the obstacles, but we must choose intentionally, having confronted the fears, how we're going to overcome so that we can close the gap. The intention is I want to leave from here. I have to go to church. I have to go to work. I have to earn. I have to maintain my relationship with God. How your actions then will fill the gap.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
So I still don't see anyone willing to contribute. So, Queen Kanla, do you want to go ahead or what are you doing?
I'll,
Are you answering?
no, let's go ahead and read the rest of the questions. I've tried
Okay.
to repaste it so they are
Yeah,
more
I saw that.
aligned, but
Yeah. So the present.
it's not working. So yes, let's just
Okay.
read them
I
through,
will
please.
read. So quickly for me in that first part there, what was it's the it's perfectionism, and I'm getting out of that now way better than I was. So I'm just going to say I know I know that I'm not the only one. A lot of people, and that is what leads to what do they say, analysis by paralysis by analysis or whatever.
Paralysis. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm done with that now. I mean it's always going to be a work in progress, but that is my default thing, the over analyzing. So I know that that doesn't really it's not a forward movement anyways. So thank you, Queen Eliza, for noting those different
One.
ones. So the second question, it says the presentation suggested that the greatest gap in most lives is not the knowledge gap, but the action gap. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Yeah.
So one of the gaps is the knowledge gap. Why or why not? Okay, Queen Kanla, you have
Yeah,
something to say?
I am in agreement because that is just so true in everything we do. It's not about the knowledge gap. Let's use how much knowledge we have learned, we have acquired from the day we came out of our mother's womb until the adult that we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say anyone is lacking knowledge? And when we talk of knowledge, it's not only when you go within the four walls of the classroom in academia.
Mm-hmm.
You have spiritual knowledge, you have social knowledge, you have educational knowledge, you have moral knowledge. All of these knowledges that we combine together, that makes us a very, very huge, let me say, rich and huge in knowledge.
Yes.
So, to the extent that sometimes I think it becomes a problem because the knowledge is so much so that sometimes we lose track of when to use which one at what moment and in what context and where we are in life.
Yeah.
And then which will relate to or it becomes relevant to the actions that you have to take because your knowledge precedes the or the action precedes the knowledge. You use the knowledge to be able to plan your actions that will give the outcome that you so desire. You may have the knowledge, but if your actions do not align with the knowledge, then you certainly will not get the expected outcome. So I'm
Mm.
going back again. As a child, you behaved as a child, you thought you did the things as a child, and When it was time you grew up, you became an adult, right? Now you're
Mm.
learning and you're doing everything that an adult does. Guess what? Anyone who refuses to grow up as an adult, you remain as a child. Your brain doesn't grow, your knowledge doesn't grow, your expansion of life doesn't grow. You remain limited, and which is one of the actions that Queen Eliza made mention as one of the factors. What was that? Limited beliefs that sometimes impact us. The five hidden barriers, and then we start having these barriers in our lives. It's not because the knowledge is not there, the knowledge is there, but it is our actions that we need to take to be able to arise and then be able to get the outcome. And then we can relate that to going to school, going to work. Dr. Benny used a very good example of your work, but we can also use a very good example of household growing up as a child or even as spouses, as couples in a house. So that is my contribution.
Okay.
And
Well,
even though if we think about ourselves,
Yeah.
all of us have things that we want to achieve right now.
Hmm.
But then right now in the moment we are not where we need to do or need to be. There are things that we need to do. And
Correct.
all of us, we could recognize that we are work in progress. And
Yes.
so therein lies the gap, the action gap. We
Correct.
intend to be this person, but then here we are. And it takes a process really to get to the intended action.
Correct.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You nailed it.
Okay. So, Dr. Benny, did you want to say anything or shall I go on?
Go on, please.
Okay. Which of the five barriers do you believe most often prevents people from acting on their intentions? So we have fear, distraction, overwhelm, perfectionism. And so I already mentioned mine. Dr. Benny did hers. Now, overwhelm and distraction, those are two killers, obviously, because basically it makes you just stymied. You don't do anything that is going to lead you forward. So I won't, I, I don't really have, I have a good power of not being overwhelmed because you have to be intentional and knowing really what you want to get done. The desire has to be there. And I know
Mm-hmm.
how to limit distractions. It's the perfectionism. And as I said, getting much better at that. So I don't know if Queen Eliza wants to add any more to that or shall we go
I
on?
I would say it depends on the individual.
Yeah,
Everybody is unique with their own life's journey. And so
right.
God gives us specifically a journey that is unique to us. We now have to
Mm-hmm.
embrace it and determine and examine where we are and how we
Yes.
will want to move forward. Now, Dr. Benny and yourself, Queen Yvonne, you have
Mm-hmm.
identified what your areas are. However,
Mm-hmm.
mine's sometimes is inconsistency, and that's something that most a lot of persons also struggle with, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
our journeys are unique. And for us to be able to move forward, we have to identify what our shortcomings are, what the barriers are. And then, as I said in the presentation, having recognized what these are with the conviction that we really need to grow. Because sometimes we fool ourselves that we are growing or we are
Mm-hmm.
growing in the direction that God wants us to go, but listen, we are only fooling ourselves. We're not fooling God, and everybody else sees around us that we don't intend to be, we don't intend to commit, or we are not serious about life. And
Yeah.
so, it's the onus really is on us with the
Yes.
God-given talents and energy and time to really sit, examine ourselves, and ask Him to help us. Lord, help us to examine ourselves so that we could be
Yes.
faithful not only to Him, but we can
Mm-hmm.
follow through with the to be the great individuals that he wants us to be, because all of us have purpose. He's intended all of us to be great and to fulfill
Exactly.
um, meaningful things, not in the next life, but in this life, because he
In
says,
this
I
life.
wish is above all things
All
that
things.
we
Yes.
prosper
Okay.
and be in health in this life.
In this life. Absolutely. 100% agree with that. It's this life that we're talking about.
Right.
So
Right.
as you just, yeah, we talked about, so you covered why do you think that barrier is so common? And it's because, as you said, we're all unique and we have the different challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's for us to get directions from our creator, for those who believe,
Mhm.
right? We believe.
And sometimes as well, it's not just about the creator, but we have to position ourselves as I was saying earlier. Now, if we know we for instance that we have fear, Dr. Benny identified it well, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have to search
Mm-hmm.
out for the alternatives, right? You don't
Yeah.
stay in one place and remain stagnant. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times we are not successful. Number one, because we don't mean it, and number two, because we just are limited. We limit ourselves, and we don't go and search for the alternative, the other resources that will enable us, whether it's time or money or other persons that will enable us to that has the capabilities to
Yeah.
that we don't have to
Yeah.
propel us along the way. It
Yeah.
and pride is a factor
Yes.
in that as well. So, but
Yeah.
we have to shun all of that and move forward
Yes.
intentionally if we are to grow
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're not always meant to journey, make this journey alone. We do need hand,
each
hand
other.
holders or each other
Yes.
holding us, right?
Hmm.
And we do the same for
Hmm.
others too. We're fellowship. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Queen Canla, I'm going by your directions. Say when you're ready for the next.
Yes, yes, we can let's go for the next, and then
Okay.
the rest of the questions we recommend that as we go back to listen to the presentation now we
We,
can
we
reflect
can cover
on.
those. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
Okay.
so we
All
can
right.
do the next one here, and then we can move on to
All right.
the
So,
next.
all right. So this one is the COM-B model. Reflecting on the
Hmm.
COM-B model, which area do you think people struggle with most? And you have the acronym, and it's capability, knowing how, opportunity, creating the right environment, motivation, having a compelling reason. Please explain your choices. So that's the one we're dealing with, the COM-B model.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Capability, opportunity, motivation.
Yeah.
Please
And first
explain
of
your
all, does
Okay.
it
choices.
really make sense? Does it make sense to those of us who are listening? The combi. Do you find
Yeah,
that it is true? These conditions must exist if we are to move forward.
move forward.
I think
Yeah,
that's one of the
it does.
questions.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
It does. And the beauty of it is even just the visual, like we saw it, the visual already tells you that none can operate independently.
Mm.
Right.
You cannot function only on one model.
Mm-hmm.
You need a combination of all at
Exactly.
any point in
Mm-hmm.
whatever we are doing. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, let me use the example of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to work. I have a task at work. You have your workload. You know that you are capable of doing it. But if you are not granted that opportunity, maybe by your supervisor to expand what you need to do, will you be able to do it?
Mm-hmm.
And then even you may be as capable as the best or any other person at work. Consistent action. You personally, if you don't prove to your supervisor or you don't prove that you can independently do your job, then you will not even be trusted with an opportunity in the first place
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
to come. Motivation is personal. Self motivation, you do not wait for someone to motivate you, but once you're motivated, then others around you, your family, they find a reason. There is always something in addition to further motivate you. Again, it's not, you cannot just sit, you can be motivated all you want, but they may, it's not in all scenarios where your self motivation may be sufficient enough to get you through to do your job or to do what you want to do. So that is just an example, and for me that is how I look at it. Yes, you may be, you may find yourself that you are someone that is highly motivated, but you need the others to be able to come full circle in achieving that action that we talked about and achieving that dream to lead you to where you need to be.
Yeah, because
Great stuff.
motivation has to have an object. What are you motivated towards, right? So that is where your desire, burning
Your
desire,
desire, exactly. Yeah.
comes from. And then you
Right.
have to
Beyond
get,
the
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, beyond the object though is
Yeah,
purpose,
of
Yeah,
right?
course.
your
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah,
Yes,
That is
purpose.
your purpose.
Because it changes, motivation changes. I mean, because of the circumstances, I'm pushed, I'm pulled in all different directions. And so,
absolutely.
what once was important to me no longer is. So, underneath of it all, there must be some deep-seated purpose that you are willing to, stick towards and
Yeah,
hold on to, regardless of the circumstance. In
absolutely.
Daniel's case, he was saying that he was going to hold on to his convictions. In our case, regardless of what would have happened, he
Correct.
Yeah,
fails the lions then. All right.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
our own very lions den experiences
everyone,
all the time. Some of us
all
ship,
the time.
we shake, we shimmy, simply because we have not grown, we are not grounded
Yeah,
in a purpose, an
yeah.
ultimate purpose.
Absolutely. As you said, Daniel's behavior or his attitude was long before the crisis ever arrived. It wasn't when he was thrown in the den. He he wouldn't know what to
Right.
do then. He would panic like the rest of us. But he did not. He already knew if this then, he already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how they didn't eat the food from, it's all a decision that you make. It's decision, desire and decision. They are cousins or partners or whatever. The desire can be there all at once, but if you don't make that decision, you're going to be left floundering. So, Queen Kinda, did you say I should leave it at that now and then you will just leave the others?
Yes,
Or?
we can read the rest of the questions and then we move on. Just read aloud so every DP on YouTube, because I am not able to paste it to YouTube from here.
Okay.
So it
All right.
is, yeah, we
Okay.
can read
So we
them.
were at the Daniel. So Daniel remained faithful before the lions then. And what habits do you think helped Daniel remain consistent under pressure? So I'm just reading through.
Yes, just read them, the
Okay.
rest of
Why do
them.
you think consistency is often more difficult than setting goals? And number seven, can you think of a time when a small action taken consistently produced meaningful results in your life? Number eight, what practical strategies can help people move from intention to action? Number nine, how can tools such as planners, schedules, accountability, accountability partners, or routines support intentional living? And number 10, without sharing anything overly personal, well, we're not answering that here, so I can read it and just leave it at that. What is one intention you would like to turn into action during the coming week? It's a good question. There you go.
All right. That gives us the opportunity to reflect and think. You have your notebook, write that down, and we can all work on that for the rest of the week. So
I have
um
I have a few comments. Sorry, sorry. Dr. Patience is saying, "Let God address your fear." Dr. Benny, that's the address to Dr. Benny, and Dr. Patience as well says, "Thank you, team. Thanks to our presenter. We are the dream team. Really appreciate. I missed you all. Thanks for the prayers." And Brother Shaggy says, "It's a great presentation." And then he said, "This ideas die without appropriate action." He's agreeing, obviously. And the presentation provides the missing gap, step-by-step practical action steps to bring ideas to fulfillment. So those are the comments. Thank you, Queen Kandla.
great, great. That is beautiful. That is
It is.
beautiful.
It is. Yes.
Yes. So, okay, if no other leader has any other contribution to say, then we want to take this moment to really thank our presenter, our Queen Eliza, for this phenomenal presentation today.
Yes.
We truly appreciate it. It's so profound. It's so profound. It's so deep that you cannot even take in everything. You cannot process everything just in one sitting. We will need to go back to the presentation and then listen one more time, go to the reflection questions, listen, and then try to relate to those questions and see how you can use them to at least make this week um, a reflection of the presentation theme. And then as we get ready for series 3, then we will be able to share our experiences or what we gain out of this presentation. So thank you once more, Queen. That was a fabulous presentation. Thank you, thank you. We love you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me as well.
All right. So with that, it brings us to the closing of our presentation for today. Um, let's see. Maybe I give you Queen Lerato. Do you have what to say? So we just dive straight to our
I want
closing
to go
remarks.
through it again. I want to go and listen to it because I got distracted. My family was calling me, so I had to pick up a call. But I really, really want to go back and listen. Where do we find it, Sister Kanla? You said it's on your page, right? Or
Yes,
can you
on my
please share it with
YouTube,
me?
Sister Pat, on my YouTube, Sister Pat, and Dr. Derek. Either of us,
Can
we
I
don't
ask you
know.
for a favor? Can
Okay.
you forward me your page, or when you have the presentation, just to forward it to me so that I
Okay.
have it? Thank
Okay.
you, my love. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
will, I will, I will, I will do that. Thank you so much.
But
Okay.
thank you, Sister Liza. Whatever I heard, I just want to go into it and just dissect it. I just want to take my time and go through it. But thank you so much, sis. That was really, really good. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. My
Wow.
pleasure.
Thank
Okay.
you all.
Then you
As
can
I,
go ahead and give us, yes.
I'm
Queen
just really at the
Eliza.
background just to say thank you, everyone. I
Mhm.
don't know if you can hear me. My volume has been going
We
in
can
and
hear
out.
you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Sorry, I
Yes.
am really. What did people say? Off? What is it, off the bed or what? I don't know. Under the weather or what? I don't know.
Under
Sometimes
the
I'm not
weather?
just feeling right. I'm not just
Yes.
feeling right today
Mm,
Okay.
for
We
some
pray.
reason. But
mm,
I've been listening, not intensive, but as usual, you guys
Hmm.
kill it. So thank you guys. I really appreciate the team. I really appreciate this family. I really appreciate the education we get through.
Hmm.
And anytime I want to go and replay anything and listen, pause, reflect from the mindset to the presentation. As Sister Kanla says, you can go to our Dream Team to YouTube, Deep Dive YouTube, Sister Kanla YouTube channels. You'll see them there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sometimes it's good to go and just listen. But I really appreciate you all. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Dr.
Sorry you
Patience.
cannot even
Feel
see my
better.
face today. Sorry, I'm
Feel
like
better.
I don't even have the energy to talk. So I'm just going to go. Thanks, Sister Kanla and the team. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Feel better.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
All the best.
Continuous healing. We will all continue to pray for you and all Dream Team members. So thank you, Queen Dr. Pat. Thank you so much. And so allow me also thank Dr. Derek for a wonderful job being able to have us ready for this webinar. Just
Hmm.
before we started, I was worried. Dr. Pat was worried with the new updates, and we were like, "Oh, okay. What we don't know what to expect." But he worked tirelessly. We've
Hmm.
been trying from yesterday to this morning to make sure that the webinar goes smoothly, and I can say this is the best that we did today, and
Yeah.
it's been wonderful. So Dr. Derek, from the depth
Thank
of
you,
my
Dr.
heart
Derek.
and on behalf of all the Dream
One.
Team family,
Thank you.
we want to
Amen.
appreciate you. We want to thank you for all you're doing, though
Yeah.
in the background, but we know you are our right hand king in this forum. So thank you, King Dr. Derek. Thank you as well, Queen Miriam, for sharing him with us always. We know.
Yes, thank you. I like that.
Yes, we know. We know
Thank
sometimes.
you.
Sometimes you may need him, but then here we are. We are taking the
That's
time.
lovely.
We are grateful. We are grateful for every moment, every hour. Thank
Amen.
you, Queen
Thank you.
Sister Miriam, as well. And so at this time, I think we will just unmute ourselves, or and then we can say we are all in it to win it.
Oh, with
We've
it.
come to the end of the webinar, and please, we will continue with the new features in the
Mhm.
platform. There are many things that we are still learning or getting to know where they are, and I will continue working with Dr. Derek. So within the week, do not forget to please join Dr. Derek on Monday, and Queen Miriam Mindset Monday,
Mhm.
to follow them. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, make time to join Dr. Derek, because he is going to have the opportunity to also show us and teach us more about these new features with Meet In. So
Mhm.
please make time and join, and we are going to be able to learn a lot more from there. Yes, and then I think as of now, our sister Queen Yvonne and Dr.
We're
Yvonne,
still, yeah,
they
we're
are
still in
still
abeyance. Yes,
okay.
yes.
So no webinar as of yet. We will wait, and we will be updated when that resume. And then we are
Queen
back.
Kanla, okay. When you finish, please, before you close. Yeah.
Okay, sure. And then we are back here on Sunday. On Sunday, 12:45. But guess what? Next Sunday is the weekend Independence in America. So we are going to give some treatment for ourselves. We are not going to have a webinar because
Look
we
at
need
Dr.
to go.
Benny. Oh, dear, dear Dr. Benny.
Yes, so the weekend is going to be off, and also in addition, that is getting to the is the Independence weekend, but also in the United States, we are beginning celebration into 250 years of existence. So
Yeah.
it's a whole week's event, and so it's all going to be celebration, and for that we would want to take the Sunday off, and then we will resume our webinar the following Sunday, and I think that is going to place us in
On the
what
July 7th, I
what
believe.
what
Yes.
will be the date?
Mhm. July 7th, I believe.
Yes,
David?
July 7th, and it's
Yeah.
also going to be a wonderful topic presentation. I am excited about it, and I look forward to all of us coming back on July 7th. It's going to be a series about our health and wellness again. So
Okay.
thank you all for being here.
Queen Kanla,
Yes,
Queen Kanla. I'm
I'll
sorry.
pass it over to you. Yes.
No, it's not. It's Dr. Benny is asking, where is the closing comments? She wants the closing remarks.
No, yeah, I was expecting our Queen Liza or Queen Lerato for their closing remarks.
She
What's
wants the
going on?
closing remarks. What's
Okay,
going on?
give us something for the road for the
You, Dr.
weekend.
Benny, I miss you so much. I miss your face. I miss your smile. I just miss you. I missed you.
That's not a closing remark, is it?
No, no, it's a love remark. It's a love remark, and it's
This
also
is
good.
it is, yes. All right,
Okay,
thank
it's good.
you.
And so for the closing, I just like to say that every decision we make now prepare us for the person who will become in the future.
Absolutely.
That's spot on.
Amen. That's
Yeah,
spot on.
yeah,
It
Let's
is.
be
and
intentional.
Exactly.
exactly, sis. And that's what I said. That every choice that we make, even when you wake up in the morning, that's the time to set your pace of the day, to decide
Absolutely.
who you're going to be on that day, so that you can reinforce your choices, right?
Yep.
So if we're
Yep.
talking about prosperity, we have to become that prosperity, and we have to be very intentional about it. So when we wake up, not if, when we wake up by God's grace, you start
Yes.
declaring those things, make those declarations and speak them, speak those declarations, and they become a part of who you are. And then we can manifest the life that we want and walk in that truth of whom we are. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you, sis. Thank you, sis.
Thank you. Okay. All right, Queen Kanla.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. That was an added bonus, so appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So we can all now say we are sowing it to win it.
Yes.
And looking forward to seeing all of us next weekend.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
The 7th
everyone.
of July, right?
Yes,
Yes, it
7th.
is.
Yes,
Okay.
7th of July. That is our next webinar.
And we're
Okay.
in it to win it.
We
Oh,
are
yes.
so
In it
in
to win
it
it.
to win
Yes.
it.
In it to win it.
Bye,
There's no
everyone.
other choice. We have to win.
Amen.
Yes,
Bye.
we do. We do.
Oh, we have a meeting at 4 p.m. See you guys at 4 p.m.
Where?
Oh yes. Oh, thank you for bringing that. Yes, for those of us who are about to transition to the other meeting at 4 p.m. This let this be our reminder, please. Join 4 p.m. And if you are not aware, if you do not know of what we are talking, DM us, reach out to one of us, and we will let you know what we are talking about. It's another opportunity. We are expanding our portfolios. We've been talking of financial freedom. So this is another way to expand our financial freedom. So a meeting is coming up at 4 o'clock. Thank you, Dr. Benny. I almost forgot. All right. We are so in it to win it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So